Yo, what's up, fellas? Let's get right into it. Tonight's topic is stop wasting time texting and meet the person as soon as possible. That's right. Anytime you spend online, whether it be texting, the bare minimum, hell, even phone calls, FaceTiming, they do not show you the entire picture. No pun intended. You really need to meet the person face to face because there's a lot of factors that you're missing out on. The way they smell, the way they move, it's just not the same as face to face. You'll feel that energy. You'll feel their aura. And that is why it is critical that you have to meet up in person to really get the feel for them. Whether it be physical, mentally, everything is much more enhanced in person. That's why you hear a lot of those stories online where people have been in long distance relationships. But guess what happens once they meet up? All attraction fades. They're not who they thought they were, because when you're in a long distance relationship or when you first meet someone on a dating app, all you see are a handful of pictures, the best angles, the best shots, some of them even photoshopped. Hell, that's where you get catfished. And of course, if you're not even on the phone, you don't even know what they sound like, the way they talk. They could be creepy as hell. They could be stuttering. Any slight thing could be a turn off for you. Could be that deal breaker that you don't even know about, that you did not ever fathom and take into account. And let's not even get to those that were in a long distance relationship for 5 years plus. Those who met through playing World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, whatever the online game is, or some random AOL chat room, yeah, if you remember those. And they finally meet up, traveled thousands of miles across the oceans, and they hate each other. Within a week of living together, it's like, nah, I can't, I'm out. You hear those stories all the time. Of course, you hear the success stories too. You can't have one without the other, but understand, these are extreme cases. You either get the happily ever after story or you get death. Yeah, of course, you know those recent stories of passport bros going to Colombia and what? Getting robbed, getting murdered. Yeah. You only hear the extremes, the outliers. But everything in between, it just fizzles out. It doesn't work. It does not happen. You inevitably will fill in the blanks of those people that you've never met yet. And of course, when you're filling in the blanks, you're not going to fill in the worst of the worst traits. No, right? You're not going to imagine a person with buck teeth, a high nasally pitched voice. Yeah. No. Bad hygiene. Never takes a shower. Yellow teeth. Twitchy eyes, looking at you weird, side eyes. You're never gonna think of anything bad, right? Of course not. Your imagination runs wild, thinking nothing but the best. You're thinking of your dream woman. And if you're watching this as a woman, your dream man, your Prince Charming. Which is why I'm bringing up my recent running with a person like this, who through certain circumstances, let's say lucky or unlucky, in this case unlucky, I've been talking to this woman online for a month. Normally, a weekend, I would have scheduled a meetup. Get in, get out. Less talking, minimal talking. a few lines of bantering here and there. If they really like to talk, yeah, get a few paragraphs in and then go, all right, let's meet up. Get it over with. But in this case, this girl I was talking to, unfortunately, I got sick. I got hit with some virus. I was out of commission for 2 weeks. And then after that, she was out of town. Make that another 3 weeks. And finally, we set up our meeting on Friday of last week. It took about 1 month. And during this time, this chick was super excited, super eager, super flirty, you know, showing extreme interest. That's right. Flirting, you know, getting raunchy here and there at times. Like, hey, yo, wait till we get together, you know, those innuendos drives a guy's imagination wild. Just imagine how it will drive a woman who's emotionally charged. Oh yeah, she's way into it. Always asking, come on, man, when are we meeting up? You haven't asked me out yet. And I'm like, it's because I'm sick. She was out of town. And I finally asked her out and she was like giving me every day play-by-play, the hours she was free, the days of the week. It's like, oh yeah, anytime after Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm good here. And I'm like, all right, easy pickings. She was that into it. And before we even met up for the date, which I already set, she was already planning the future stuff. Like, hey, what are we doing after the bar, after drinks? I'm like, that's it. And she's like, well, I got this event I want to go to. Hey, what about you join me for this? And I'm thinking to myself, whoa, pump the brakes here. You don't know me, I don't know you. What if you don't like me? How are you gonna take that back? Where it's like, yeah, I don't like this guy. You know the event I invited you to? Nah, that's like, what are you gonna say? Oh no, that's canceled. I gotta go. Come on now. And of course, when it comes to me, I know my stuff. Come on, it's common sense. What if I don't like this girl? I can't agree to go with that. So, and this is where you gotta play it smart. You can't just go, nah. After that I'm done. What if you actually like the girl? So I did end up saying, well, listen, no promises. We'll see how it goes. So during this month-long wait, she was building up her own levels of hype. Mind you, she only seen a handful of pictures of mine. She never heard my voice. We never had any voice call or anything. We only went through text. So the only thing she got to go on was my texts, my five pictures, and the rest were completed by her imagination. And you could just imagine, pun intended, the levels of anticipation. How high, how lofty the expectations of me were. So high, in fact, that no possible mere mortal could ever measure up to. It's just not possible. Mr. Perfect, 10 out of 10 does not exist. And I know that going in. So of course, I have my expectations at a normal level. Not rock bottom. I'm not jaded like that. Alright, fine. Below average. Because she was definitely giving off some red flags. Over eagerness is definitely one of them. See, the hotter they burn, yes, it's true. The brighter they'll burn. But guess what happens? The faster they fizzle out. If you're a big star, yeah, you're gonna burn super bright. You'll be that blue hyper giant, but guess what happens to those stars? They don't last very long. And what is their fate? They go up in a supernova. And that's, well, you already know how this ends. It didn't go up in spectacular explosion, but it was pretty abrupt. Let me just tell you. During the day of the date, oh yeah, she was super excited, I'll tell you. She's telling me she was putting on the makeup, the dress. Granted, oh yeah, she looked good in that. She was stunning. She looked better than her pictures, I'll give her that. She really dolled up. Dressed to the 9s, the 10s, alright? Whew, yeah, she was a knockout, I'll give you that. But the trade-off was she was 45 minutes late. But knowing me, your boy is prepared. Just chilling at the bar, having a good time, you know. Got himself his own drink, you know, an old-fashioned. I mean, I've had my fair share of dates. A few stand-ups here and there, so I know what to expect. If she never showed, I'm gonna finish my drink, call it a night, get out there. I'm good, I'm fine. No skin off my back, to be honest. But she was frantic. She apologized like at least 20 times, let me tell you. She gave me her phone number to tell me to call her, I guess so I could hear how frantic, how apologetic she was. She was on the phone saying, I'm so sorry. 45 minutes. The rest of the date was not too remarkable. We chatted for like a couple hours, and at the end, wow. Of course, 45 minutes late ain't no joke. Your boy can't let that slide. You had to go. Hey, how are you gonna make it up to me for that? Well, she foot the entire bill. That's right. That's what happens when you have a woman with sky-high interest. They want to leave a lasting good impression for you. I mean, if you've been watching me, you know how I've been telling you, be a masculine man. Have that charisma, have that aura, have that frame, rock solid frame, that if a woman is in your vicinity, she have no choice but to bend to your will, to fall under your frame, be attracted, to see you as the leader. And that's exactly what happened. But for details, I'll probably go into another day. There's definitely some red flags here. Basically, it led up to not working out because once you leave my frame, what's the rest of your sources of influence, your environment? You got your girlfriends, your friends elsewhere that are influencing you. Maybe it's not what they're telling them. Sabotaging, who knows? But whatever the case may be, the date itself was great. She was super enthusiastic, paid for the date. I was like, all right, everything's great. But you could tell after we part ways, texted her here and there for the next day, the responses were very slow, very short. Before, she was bantering, non-stop paragraphs, you know, enthusiastic, typing out the ha 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 ha, the emojis, the entire works, flirting here and there, you know. It's like playing tennis, like I said. Oh yeah, the sparring was great, it was non-stop. But now, hey, I continued the jokes. My jokes were good. But unfortunately, it wasn't landing, it wasn't hitting, because she was not biting. I try to have some jokes here and there, but it was always followed by short, terse answers like, okay, yeah, what do you mean? Huh? It was like this person was completely replaced. Her soul was abducted. It was a different person. So I'll tell you what happened. Normally, as a man who's teaching you these kind of things, if you're following my advice, once you see something like this, a blatant nosedive of interest, the levels just plummet. You have no choice but to cut your losses and go. That's it. There's no point in trying to reignite that flame. Attraction cannot be negotiated. You know that. So of course, under normal circumstances, I would have been like, all right, left it as it is, and that's it. Until if she texts you back, then I'll be like, all right, we'll see what's up. But otherwise, that's it. It's over. But yeah, I got to do it for you guys. I had to do it for science. See what's up. I called her out on it. I said, hey, what's going on? Are you the same person I was talking to before? What happened? Your response became dry, anemic. What happened to that sexy, confident, like, chatterbox I was talking to? See, there's a difference, a key, subtle difference between actually being upset and calling them up rather than a slight kind of like ribbon, like, hey, I know what's going on. It's like, I'm not stupid, or I could feel the shift, the change. But I'm concerned. What's going on? Talk to me. But unfortunately, you already know. When a chick is out, oh, she's completely out. She want nothing to do with, oh, they're ruthless like that. They will cut you off immediately. They want nothing to do with you. Out of mind, out of sight. And that is exactly what happened. Within 30 minutes of me sending that text, I was unmatched on the dating app, promptly blocked. The end. That's it. See, if you were uninformed, even I felt some sort of way where it's like, well, damn. As a seasoned guy who's been to 60, 70 dates by now, even as a seasoned dating veteran, I can't help but feel like, whoa, really? You're not even gonna like respond, just swift cut off? And yeah, chicks are ruthless like that. And for the uninformed, the newbies who are new to this dating game, oh yeah, you're gonna be wrecked. Which is why you have to temper your expectations. And the more you talk to the person through text, the more you linger. It's human nature. You're just gonna naturally fill in the blanks. And you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Of course, I liked the girl. She was fun, sexy, yeah, of course. But I had my expectations in check. I knew what to expect, and I got exactly that and then some. I was surprised. But for her, the expectations were at a 10 out of 10. They were at peak Mount Everest levels. So where's the wiggle room in that? I have nowhere to go but down. Of course, if you go down, there's nothing but disappointment. Let this be a lesson. Temper your expectations. Meet up with the person as soon as you can. And that's my lesson for tonight. Hope you guys learned something. I'll catch you all on the next video. Peace.